I want to share some thoughts on Victor Wembanyama. You know, I am on a platform multiple days a week called Player's Choice, and we get a chance to talk about all kind of things every day. And if you've listened to me at all, and if you've seen me on Twitter, I've talked about Victor Wembanyama ad nauseum. A lot of people feel as if the hype and the due that he is getting, that he is not yet earned it. He doesn't deserve it. A lot of the numbers that he had last year, they're inflated by 20 game stretches, 25 game stretches, that we haven't seen him do it consistently enough, that he hasn't won enough. I mean, all of it. But the thing that I've, because I was debating, I'm like, maybe do I just want to wait for tomorrow to talk about Wemby? But I'm not going to have a chance to fully elaborate on my thoughts on Wemby and what I've been saying about Wemby in the last several months, and what I've been trying to tell people since last December about Victor Wembanyama is because I think there seems to be this hesitation with Wemby that because he's young, because he doesn't have hardware, whatever else it might be, I mean, you name it. I think what Wemby put on display today was one of the most spectacular displays of, especially for a young player. Two-way play, shot making, ball handling, you name it. Wemby today went to a place that I think he is going to live in for the next several years. And this is not even when I do these things, I think sometimes people hear Wemby's obviously a generational prospect. He might be the most talented prospect to ever walk into the league. LeBron, Wilt, whoever. But it's more so about what understanding at this moment just how good he is. Understanding for the last year just how good he is. Understanding that last year, that if it wasn't for a blood clot, he would have been first team all NBA last year. And I had him ranked 4th in the NBA this last season. I had him right behind Jokic, right behind Shea, right behind Giannis for how he was playing last season when he was 20. Wemby is one of the most special players we have ever had in the league. He is a tantalizing defensive force. He is a truly elite play finisher. He has a really good jumper. Last season, by the way, Victor Wembanyama shot the jumper with similar efficiency to Jason Tatum on similar volume last year. I think people have this, and I brought this up so many times, that people had this misnomer about him, that he was taking a lot of threes and he wasn't efficient with it, and he was taking jumpers and he wasn't efficient. That's just not true. Now, he's growing into a better jump shooter. And I also said on literally last week when we were debating why he needs to have the ball in his hands as a ball handler, why he needs to dribble as a ball handler, why he needs to continue to practice creating, setting the offense, initiating the offense, driving from the top of the paint, all of it. Why? Is because he has the ability to grow in that space, but having a 7'5", 7'7", super freak athlete that is that skilled and that intelligent, be able to look into the defense, navigate wherever he wants to get on the floor, surely because of his length, and then be able to figure out how to pass through or score through any of these defensive situations. You want somebody to be at the top of the key. This is literally the dream. And again, this was last week. We were having these discussions. This was last week when the same group of folks tried to explain to me the reason why it would not suit Wemby or the Spurs for him to dribble the ball We saw Alperen Şengün doing it for the Rockets out of necessity, but we saw him do it because you have to be able to have somebody with size be able to dribble the ball, and it can't just be one player. So now you imagine Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox, and Wemby as your ball handlers. Like, what do you do with that? Like, we're at the point now where Victor Wembanyama, the stories that we're going to hear told about him going into the future, I mean, they're going to be stuff of legend. And I honestly think that what he did to Anthony Davis today is so wildly dominant that, yeah, absolutely, it needs to impact the way that we're viewing this dude going forward. And I want y'all to see these clips so you can see just how good he looked. I want you to see these clips so you can see just how good Wemby looked today. I mean, step back jumpers, pull-ups. I mean, he did everything. And the crazy thing about Wemby is because he's so tall and so long, like as he continues to figure out that jump shot, he's basically making it impossible for you to get to him. So even here, like Cooper Flagg, 6'10", number 1 overall pick himself, amazing athlete himself, didn't even belong on the same floor as Victor Wembanyama. Look how small everybody looks to him. And then Anthony Davis, who many Anthony Davis fans have spent so much time trying to say he's the best defender in the league. But when it comes to dealing with Nikola Jokic, fried constantly. When it comes to dealing with Joel Embiid, fried constantly. You have to have certain matchups that he best is suited in. He has to play off ball in these matchups. And then he gets an opportunity. And what I love about this is that literally when last week the same folks that I love working with said that Anthony Davis is surefire better than Victor Wembanyama. When we did the rankings, and you know what? I never do videos on what we do with Player's Choice. You know, we know this. Like, I'd never do. But this one's important to me because we did the rankings just a few weeks ago. When I had Wemby at 4, when we did the group rankings, he got pushed down to 14th. 14th. Why? Because people felt like he was getting praised too early. Like, just look at how he's playing. Like, look at this man. Look at how big he is. Like, look at how skilled he is. He's moving off the ball now. He's playing with aggression now. He's setting the tone for the defense. He's making jumpers. He's establishing 2 feet in the paint. Like, he's flying to the rim. He's defending at a high level. He's ball handling. This is why you want to have a ball handler that's a big, because you want to be able to use that size to bully and get to a spot. Look at what he's doing to Anthony Davis, y'all. Like, he's sizing up one of the best defenders in the league. Size up, size up, size up. Bump, foul, jump shot. Yeah, I mean, this is the future. Like, Wemby is the future. This is the future of the sport, and I'm glad more people are waking up to appreciate it, because this is going to be the worst that Wemby is. Wemby, he will struggle this year, and what's going to happen is the naysayers are going to say, and they're going to watch and say, well, hey, he's averaging 18 points over the last 3 or 4 games, blah blah blah. But you have to watch just how he's impacting the game beyond just the box score stuff. Look at this possession, back-to-back possessions right here. Block at the rim on a very athletic center in Derek Lively. Wemby then size up, step back, crossover, behind the back, 4-point play. We've never seen a skilled player like this. And then again, Anthony Davis, pump fake, hedgy, off the backboard. Like, this is why you want a big who can ball handle. Look at this. Because you want to be able to generate space for yourself. This is why Amen Thompson is being experimented with the Houston Rockets. This is why Peyton Watson being experimented with the Denver Nuggets. And this is why the Spurs are experimenting with Victor Wembanyama, because you need to continue to get better at this. This is not about Victor Wembanyama being able to dribble in every situation all the time. But, like, if you can access this, it just functionally changes how good you are and how effective you are. And being able to create this many advantages as the play finisher and the low man, or in this instance right here, jump shot over the defender, because you have the length and you have the skill and the ability to dribble into a jump shot. Like, y'all, this is a masterclass, man. Like, this is literally like a masterclass. The only thing he's missing is the high-level playmaking. The scoring skills are there. The finishing is there. The defense is there. The ball handling is there. The IQ, defensively especially, is there. And he wants to be great. So, yeah, Victor Wembanyama is – by the end of the year, he could be the MVP and the DPOY. I mean, you ask me right now – and I said this on the timeline already, I think Victor Wembanyama is closer to Nikola Jokic than he is a player like Anthony Davis. I think he has that much impact on the game already. He might not have the IQ that Jokic does and the experience that Jokic does and knowing how to use leverage and, when to do this, when to do that. He doesn't have that yet. But this is like a fully maximized 21-year-old Wemby. Just an incredible player. An incredible player. And like I said, I can't wait to talk about him tomorrow because I think it's important that, like, we can acknowledge, like, it's not just that people were wrong, but folks were, again, as of last week, folks were significantly downplaying just how good Wemby is. This is what I said last year. This was in December of 2024. This was what Wemby was doing matched up versus his peers in December 2024. Like, y'all, this was year 2. And this is versus players that are all NBA players. He was the best player of this group last year. And now he's accelerated to an even higher level. Yeah, Wemby he's one of one. This was in July. I said the same thing. It's people have amnesia about Victor Wembanyama. Like, people were saying to me in July when I had him number 4 that it was too high. We didn't see enough. He only played this many games. But if you just watch the man play, he's literally one of one. And he had a phenomenal season that was derailed by blood clots. Lord willing, he's healthy all year, doesn't have to deal with that. This dude will be pushing for the best player in the world trophy. And I love it. Like, I'm genuinely, like, I love this for Wemby. I love this for Paris. I love this for the NBA. I love this for the game. The international community has taken over the top of the league. And there's no debating it. There's no getting around it. So I'm telling y'all, man, like, this dude is special. 40 points, 15 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. And then to do it for 14 of 19 from 2, 1 of 2 from 3, 9 of 11 from the free throw line. You play versus the Dallas Mavericks front court, and you get a 77 true shooting as well. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox isn't there yet. De'Aaron Fox isn't even on the floor yet. And again, I had this argument 2 days ago that I think that the Spurs are a better basketball team than the Bucks. The Bucks don't. Not only do they not have a Wemby, but the Bucks also don't have De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle and the rest of the defensive core that can absolutely shut down almost anything you can throw at them at times. Like this team is going to be really good. And a lot of people are down on them just simply because, like, you know, they haven't done anything. They're young. I understand. I get it. But the Spurs are going to be good. They're going to be pushing. They're going to be pushing a lot of people out the way this year. They could be the OKC Thunder from 3 years ago, or maybe 2 years ago, when they all of a sudden came out of nowhere and their defensive anchors, like, it's just insane, and just took them to a new level. And then Victor Wembanyama is just incredible. So I think this is for sure, like, this is worth talking about. This is worth doing an episode about, and this is worth staying up for. All right, I had my night glasses on, like my TV was on. I was watching the game, getting ready for all of the shows tomorrow, and then obviously the Nuggets play tomorrow night. So I was like ready. And then Victor did what he did, and I was just like, I just need to talk about this because I know I am going to get interrupted tomorrow. I'm going to get interrupted tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of running around tomorrow and a lot of cleaning up of what was said in July, a lot of cleaning up of what was said in December, a lot of cleaning up of what was said 3 weeks ago when we did the player rankings, and a lot of cleaning up for what was said 2 days ago. Well, we just didn't see this. We didn't expect this. We had evidence of this last year. He was better than Anthony Davis last year. Better defensive player than Anthony Davis last year. Extremely close offensively, and better for stretches, like for large stretches. But he's young. He's young. So, you know, it's just crazy. Yeah, it's just crazy, man. Like, you know, I will note this too, separately. I know the Clippers got blown out by the Jazz today. I just want to remind people, the Nuggets, when they won the year they won the championship, they went 16-4 to win the championship, y'all, in the playoffs. Dominated. Didn't lose by more than single digits in any of those games. They went 8-1. And they went 10-2 in their last 12 games in that playoff run. They got decimated by the Utah Jazz. They got decimated by the Utah Jazz to open the season up. So that's the kind of stuff I don't overreact for. Like stuff like this, like Luka looking incredible, 43 points. You know, that's verifiable. You know that's what it's going to be. Victor Wembanyama, he looks incredible. He played extremely well last year. First team All-NBA for me. And like I said, people laughed at it or people didn't understand it. But, you know, that's verifiable. You know he's going to be very good this year. But, again, the Clippers getting blown out to the Utah Jazz, and then they had all their players, and James Harden's a minus 21. Kawhi has 10 points, a minus 25. And then on the other end, you know, they start Keontae George and Civ and Walker Kessler and Filipowski and Laurie, Sensenball, like, is coming off the bench. They got destroyed. They looked old, and they got destroyed. But that's what this is early season stuff. That kind of stuff I don't stand on. Wemby playing like that, that's verifiable. That's verifiable. So, incredible game. We're going to have a lot to talk about tomorrow. I can't wait to get to it. Yeah, I can't wait to get to it. Player's Choice is going to be fun tomorrow. We got obviously Lockdown Nuggets and stuff tomorrow as well. But yeah, man. Yeah. Look, Penn, like, you know, is obviously Penn's really good at what he does. You know, Penn has said he will take up for Chill. Again, this is not about like, I want people, because the explanation wasn't really actually based on basketball for why Anthony Davis was better. And then literally Anthony Davis cannot create for himself or others at all the way that Wemby just did. Anthony Davis is clearly a less impactful defender, like clearly with our eyes, a less impactful defender than Victor Wembanyama. Oh, also, by the way, BJ Escom, special talent, special kid. Again, if you take a kid from Baylor, those kids pan out. They just do. Like 34 points as a rookie on 50% shooting, 7 rebounds and 3 assists. Most points in a rookie debut this century. Yeah, I called him Donovan Mitchell. That's a always drafted Baylor Bears, bro. That's special, man. I can't wait to talk about all this tomorrow, man. Like, we got 1,398 people in here watching live right now. So make sure, please, you like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, we're going to 15,000 subscribers here, like, soon. If you're a Spurs fan, especially, this is definitely a channel you want to be on because I have been on the Spurs now for a while. I love Devin Vassell. I love Jeremy Sohan, obviously Baylor Bear. Devin Vassell's one of my favorite players in the league. That's like an unknown player. Obviously, De'Aaron's really good. I think that obviously Carter Bryant and Dylan Harper are going to be really good. Like, it's just incredible, man. Like, the level of basketball that we're about to have coming up this year. But I can't wait. I'm excited. But y'all know what time it is, y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. See you tomorrow. Players' Choice, Locked On NBA, Locked On Nuggets as well. Locked On NFL for my NFL fans. Y'all know what time it is. See y'all soon. We out.